Hello everyone and welcome to my Paris 2024 Olympic Games review. It took me a while to write this review because new movies are coming out every week, but I spent 16 days mostly hibernating at home to watch the games. So I thought, why not write this post? Alright, so this is the first Olympic Games since I became a movie critic. So just to share, for as long as I can remember, I have watched the Olympic Games. I watch both the winter and summer games, so I pretty much stay home for 2 weeks, once every 2 years, which is harder than it sounds because if I don't go for a walk every other day at least, I get antsy. But it is really no different from what guys do when they watch a particular sport and spend hours during the season watching games. So let's do a short recap of the games because there are events and stats that I did not see on American TV. So approximately 10,700 athletes qualified for the games. 204 countries participated in 329 events in 32 sports. Out of 204 countries, 84 countries won at least one medal. And what makes this year's games stand out is there is a list of countries that won their first Olympic medal, which is a huge deal. Also, the refugees Olympic team won their first medal in women's boxing. I saw that moment on TV. During the games, Michael Phelps mentioned in an interview that the world is catching up. So the world today is more competitive than in the past. And as an American, I am genuinely happy to hear that. I have noticed on social media that other countries, not every country, but some have ticket parades for their medal-winning athletes. I saw clips of the ticket parade in Botswana. That was epic. I wish I was in Botswana to see that ticket parade, but I am wondering, wait, US wins more medals at the games than any other country, so why don't we have ticket parades for our athletes? I don't think that's fair. And my hometown, New York City, is the perfect place to have a ticket parade. If ticket parades for Olympic medalists was a tradition here, I would divide the medal winners according to sport. And in between, we would have marching bands from around the country, get cheerleading squads from around the country doing cheers and flips, really have a fun parade. And it would only cover 1 mile along Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. So I don't think it would be that bad to have a ticket parade for our athletes who make us proud to be American. When I listen to some of the commentators, there is this assumption that the US is going to win every event we qualify for, and we are going to win gold. And when we do win the gold medal, the attitude is, okay, let's win another one. So when I see Botswana and St. Lucia beat the US in track and field to win the gold medals, I am genuinely happy for them. When France and Romania win medals in some of the swimming events, I am happy for them as well. Because even though I am rooting for Team USA, I am happy for the underdog. And when it comes to the summer games, the US is the team to beat. And I don't think the US, especially its commentators, I don't think we appreciate winning a medal regardless of the color of the medal. Football may be the most popular sport in the US. Soccer may be the most popular sport in the entire world. But in my opinion, the Olympic Games is the most international sports competition, the most inclusive event on a global scale where there is a shot of a country regardless of size, regardless of politics, can send an athlete to the games and they win a medal and end up in the history books. Is the IOC perfect? No. Are there cheating athletes? Of course. Will there always be a scandal at the Olympic Games? Yeah, like for instance, this past Olympic Games, Russia was not there because they have been guilty of cheating in the past. But if you win an Olympic medal, you are the best in the world, period. And I think that more countries compete in the Olympic Games more than the World Cup. There are a few moments that stood out for me that I will never forget. Number one, Celine Dion closing the opening ceremony. That moment made me cry. I didn't watch all of the opening ceremony, so I was not offended by the Feast of the Gods scene that was misunderstood to be the Last Supper. And since I brought it up, let's clear it up. Thomas Joly, the artistic director of the opening ceremony, made a statement that the scene of the naked man and the drag queens was inspired by a painting titled The Feast of the Gods by Jan van Bijlert. When the controversy was talked about on social media, I did not know what to think, and I decided to wait for a statement from France, and thank goodness I did. Now that I see this painting, I'm thinking, wow, that was actually a brilliant artistic move. I'm Christian, but I was not offended by that scene. I forgive the French because they gave us the Statue of Liberty. The French and the US have been political BFFs for centuries at this point, so big shout out to France. I love you guys, and I am hoping to visit France very soon. I have never been to France before. However, on my bucket list is me visiting the Louvre and spending 1 week at the Louvre because I really love art and there's a lot to see besides the Mona Lisa at the Louvre. So anyway, moving on. Second moment that stood out for me was the medal ceremony for the doubles table tennis. China, North Korea, and South Korea won medals, and after the ceremony, they all took a selfie, and it went viral. That was a beautiful moment because North and South Korea are actually political enemies, even though they are next door neighbors. This is what many of us talk about when we talk about world peace. I look at these moments, and it seems to me the Olympics does a better job moving towards the direction of world peace than the United Nations. I could be wrong, but that's what I see. The third moment that I found to be unforgettable was the medal ceremony for the gymnastics floor exercise. That is another picture that went viral, and rightfully so, because after competing with each other, they celebrated each other, which is why the medal scandal that followed is heartbreaking, and this is why an Olympic medal matters, regardless of the color. Because of the scandal, we were talking about that bronze medal more than any gold medal we won during the games. In this case, I stand with Jordan Childs. Her coach submitted an appeal on time. The judges came to the conclusion that they misscored her floor exercise. Therefore, Childs deserves the bronze. And no, she should not give it back. Sorry, not sorry. So I am like on team Jordan Childs all the way. Last but not least, another moment that I will never forget, Tom Cruise. Oh yeah. I thought the closing ceremony was boring. until Tom Cruise jumped off the roof of the stadium to pass the torch from Paris to Los Angeles. I was falling asleep during the closing ceremony. Tom Cruise woke me up. Sorry, gotta be honest here. I was so excited to see Tom Cruise running through the sea of athletes and receiving all of that love. I just pretty much went berserk during that whole entire during that whole time that Tom Cruise was running through the athletes. It was the highlight of the closing ceremony. It reminded me of the 2012 London Games. Remember those games? When Daniel Craig played James Bond and he did a skit with Her Majesty the Queen. That was really cool. The Queen, may she rest in peace. But that too was a great moment. James Bond deserved to do a skit with the Queen because he's been fighting in the name of country and queen for the past 60 years, even though Bond is a fictional character. But I mean, every time you watch a Bond movie, he pretty much risks his life for queen and country. So it's like, come on, that was a great moment. That was, in my opinion, long overdue. I would have loved to see the Queen make an appearance in one of the Bond movies, but she never did. But at least for the London Games, she did a skit with James Bond. So shout out to Daniel Craig for playing an awesome James Bond. We're gonna miss you guys. We're gonna miss you, and I am looking forward to finding out who is going to be the next James Bond. So excited. So anyway, that is all for today. I will be posting another commentary in 2026 for the Winter Games in Italy. I am looking forward to those games, especially figure skating, curling, and ski jumping. I am also hoping that the Jamaican bobsled team qualify for the games again. Jamaica is the land of my ancestors, so I am hoping they come back and they do well. So take care, everyone, and I will see you next time with more movie reviews and more movie flashbacks. I am actually filming this review at my local library, so that's why the light, automatically turned itself off. But anyway, you take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time.